Hello guys, and welcome to today's video. In this video I'm going to show you the trade idea that we had, the trade we took last week, and I'm just going to break down the chart for you to see. So I'm going to show you the screenshot I took when I was entering this trade, as well as you can see, this is how the trade played out. So yeah, so why did I take a buy here, and why did I place my stop loss up there? Let me explain everything in this video. So the first thing you need to understand is that you need to identify the trend, right? If you just look at this chart right now, you see that it is trending up. So this is an uptrend. But how do we know that it's an uptrend? So from the basics, you know that in an uptrend we have higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So if you just count with me and identify this thing, you see this is this is a higher high, this is a higher low, this is a higher high. This high right here, as you can see, this high is higher than this one. So this high is, so this is called a higher high because it's higher than this one. Then this low is higher than this one here, so it is called a higher low. And the same thing happened here, higher high, higher low, right? And then, so let's just assume, let's just pretend for a minute that this stuff from here to here is not showing, right? Because when I entered, this has not played out, right? So when I was analyzing the chart, I first of all identified the trend, and I was like, okay, what is happening here? And as you can see, it was making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and a higher low. But before that, I took a loss of 1% of my account. I took a loss on the trade because I thought that it was going to respect this resistance level, right? So when it got to this point, after I saw that there was this bearish spike down, I thought it was going to change, the trend was going to change. But what I should have done was I should have waited for it to break this trend line, but I did not wait. I just sold from this place, and I took a loss of like 1% of my account. So after I broke that level and went higher, I drew this zone here, this zone, because this is a resistance level. So I drew this zone here, and I waited for it to come back and retest that zone, right? So as you can see, I'm in the 1 hour time frame. So I waited for it to, after I broke out, I waited for it to come back and retest this resistance zone, right? So you can see what happened. So when it got to this resistance zone, I was waiting for a change of structure. So in order to see the structure clearly, I went to the 15 minutes time frame. So let's go to the 15 minutes time frame. Let me show you what happened there. So in the 15 minutes time frame, you can see that it was trending down. Like in the 15 minutes time frame, you can see that it was trending down, 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 down to this zone. Remember, this is my zone, right? So once it got here, the way it was trending down was, it was making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? So if you just look at this, you see this low, this low is lower than this low, this high is lower than the previous high, there's a high here, it's lower than this high. So lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So I was waiting for it to change that trend, right? So if I just zoom in a little bit, you will see that when it after it formed this lower low here, it formed a lower high, then it formed a lower low here and a lower high, then it formed like a double bottom structure and broke this high. It broke this high to the upside. So once it broke this high, I set a um a buy limit, right? I set a buy limit so that if it got back, because I knew that it was going to come back and retest this high that it broke. So as you can see, the market went up and then came back to retest this level here that it broke, right? So I placed my buy limit somewhere here and it retested, played out, uh, came back to a little bit of drawdown and then went my way. It went in my direction, as you can see. It went and I waited. So let me show you the trade on my MT5, because this is trading view, and let me show you the trade that I took on MT5. So as you can see, this is my gold chart on MT5, and one beautiful thing about MT5 is they show you exactly where you enter, right? Exactly where you enter the trade. So after I went down to the 15 minutes time frame, as you can see, let's go to the 15 minutes and let me show you clearly. So after I went down to the 15 minutes time frame, I saw that this high here had been taken out by this high. So I knew that it was going to come back and retest this level. So that's why I placed my buy limit here. So it tagged me in, and as you can see, this is where I close, which tallies with what I showed you on Telegram. So that is the trade I took on gold, right? So let me show you the trade I took on I think GBP USD. So this is my GBP USD chart, and as you can see, it's pretty much the same thing. If you go back to the 1 hour time frame, you will see that gold GBP USD was trending up, right? So if you look, I drew two trend lines, right? I drew two trend lines on this chart. This one, as you can see, is the major trend line, right? That is the trend line that is like that is at the outermost part of the chart. And then this other one right here is the inner trend line. Okay, so if we go back in time, you will see that GPUSD trended down a little, like it trended down. You see lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, but at some point it changed that trend to an uptrend. So instead of going lower, it started going back up, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs and stuff like that. It's still going to come back somewhere here and form a higher low, right? So this is the 1 hour chart. So after seeing this, I realized that okay, we are in an uptrend, right? So I decided to wait. As you can see, it broke this previous high, right, and formed a new high right here. It formed a new high. If I zoom in a little bit, you will see that it's formed a high here. It formed a high here and then retested, right? It pulled back and broke that resistance level. So you can see that there was a resistance here which it later broke. So I drew my zone in that level. I drew my zone in that resistance level. As you can see, this is my zone. This red box here is my zone, right? So after uh the after it broke this resistance level, it came back and retested that level. So that resistance level became a support, right? So the resistance level here became support. But as I don't just take trades if it gets to this level, I wait for a break of structure in the 15 minutes time frame. So let's go to the 15 minutes time frame and let me show you what I mean by a break of structure. So if you come to this 15 minutes time frame right now and you zoom in a little bit, you will see what's happening. So you can see that when it started the pullback in that 1 hour, let me show you how it moved. So you can see high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? And then boom, higher high. Can you see? Higher high. So this is a change of structure. You can see that this high broke this previous high. In fact, it broke this one as well. So just like in the case of gold, I waited for a pullback because I knew it was going to come back and retest this previous high. So I placed again a buy, what's it called, a buy limit here, somewhere around here, which tallies with this level. Okay, yeah, before that, I used Fibonacci to see the best place to place my buy limit. So if you draw that Fibonacci retracement tool from here, this lowest point, all the way to this highest point right here, and just extend it. So we're going to pretend now as if this we're going to pretend as if this part of the chart is not showing, right? So in the Fibonacci, you can see the numbers. This 0 point, let me show you here. This 0.618 tallies with this previous high in the 15 minutes, this previous high right here. So once it broke it, this Fibonacci now is telling us that there is a likelihood that it's going to come back and retest this 0.618 zone. So that's why I placed my, this chart is getting too crowded. Let me remove this. 1 minute. Let me remove this Fibonacci. Okay, so let me remove the Fibonacci. Okay, good. So I placed a buy limit right here, right? I placed buy limit right here, and as you can see, it came back, retested, did its thing, went a little bit in drawdown, and boom, it shot up, right? It went all the way to my take profit. You can see it smashed my take profit, which was this previous high, as you can see. So let me show you again on MT5 the trade history. So let's go. So here we are on MT5. Let me quickly go to GBP USD. So as you can see, this is my GBP USD, and look at the trade history. So as you can see, this is GBP USD on MT5, and look at the trade history, the same thing. So after this break occurred here, this high, after this high got broken, I set uh, a buy limit here. So when it came back, it triggered my buy limit. As you can see, my stop loss was just below this guy right here, just below here, and my TP right there, as you can see. So that is the trade recap for last week. Did you know that you could have taken this exact trade if you were on my group on Telegram? So I'm using this medium to invite you to um join my Telegram channel. The link to it is in the description of this video. On that channel, I'm going to be sharing this kind of trade setups, as well as my reason for entry and exits. So if you're not on the channel or on the group, make sure you click the link in the description and join the group. So that's it for the video. If you enjoyed my trade breakdown, give this video a like and let me know what you think about my strategy. So this is the strategy that I'm using, so let me just know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Peace.